where the legends play. Willie 1550 and 98.7. Hello there, my name is Kenny Graves, and proud to have on the phone with me right now award-winning singer, songwriter, and performer, Miss Bailey Rae. Bailey, how are you this morning?
I'm good this morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right, still like you, adjusting to this time change. But
no, that's what I'm thinking too. I don't drink coffee, or I would need some coffee this morning.
Well, the doctor would prescribe coffee, I think. So
I know. Well, I've been told it stunts my growth, and I'm only 5'2", so I'm still holding out.
It must be something in southeast Oklahoma.
There you go. It's the water.
Well, glad to have you on, Miss Bailey. Now, you grew up singing in church, and by the age of 13, you were performing in Opries all over the country. So what do you remember learning from that early experience?
Well, like you said, I grew up in the Opries and kind of all over Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, sometimes Louisiana, and being able to get up there with that band, you kind of never knew what you were. Sometimes you had rehearsals, sometimes you didn't, and I kind of got thrown at a really, really early age into this kind of knowing how to handle yourself in situations like that, and I could probably be thrown with any band because of what I went through at the age of 13. Not knowing the band, knowing if they know my songs, I could probably get up there right now and just be able to go with it. So I was able to kind of just go with the flow since the age of 13.
A lot of professionalism because you knew how to just roll with the punches.
Yes.
Gotcha. Now, your mother was a great vocalist as well, correct?
Yes, sir. She sure was. She still is, actually. But she says that she retired when I started, so whatever that means.
All right. Well, you were on a competitive clogging team at the age of 5, so is it safe to say you were not a shy little girl?
That is true. I started clogging when I was about 5. That's kind of when I learned that I loved being on stage. I loved everyone's attention on me. I loved being under the spotlights. And so I kind of learned from a really young age that's, something I really like to do is be on stage.
All right. And you won multiple national championships and even competed at a World Dance Championship competition. How grueling is it to be a dancer at such a high level?
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure for sure, but we were up against a lot of different, kind of all different walks of dance. We were up against ballet and lyrical and all that kind of stuff. So we were just some cloggers from the South, hoping to at least make a difference in the World Championship, which is in New Jersey, and that was so long ago. I feel kind of old now, but we had a lot of fun, and it definitely taught me to. It gave me a really good experience, but I had a lot of fun. It was really cool.
All right, Bailey, talk about the trip to Branson, Missouri that turned your focus from clogging to singing.
Yeah, so when I was about kind of around the age where I started the Opries, so about 13 years old, I joined a vocal studio in Denison, Texas, and we went on a trip every year to Branson, and we were in this group called Stage Struck, and so we would sing and dance. It wasn't really like a choir, but it was like we would learn dances, and we would have solos. Someone would be singing lead in the front, and so we got the opportunity to go to Branson, and I loved the stages out there, and for a really, really long time, I thought I was going to end up in Branson after high school because I just loved it so much out there. But I loved the stages out there, and that's kind of my my turning point was learning that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life. I was very fortunate to be able to say that I wanted to do this at a really young age. So, but yeah, Branson is kind of what turned it all around for me. But I actually teach at the same vocal studio, and we leave for Branson in June because I am now one of the teachers to take the kids to Branson. So
very nice. Kind of came full circle for you.
Yes, sir. It sure did.
Well, you mentioned the vocal training. Your vocal coach, Shonda Raines, is up for awards at the Texas CMAs. Can you talk about the effect she's had on your career?
I sure can. I wouldn't be anywhere without Shonda. Shonda's like a second mom, and she's been one of my mentors since the age of 13, and along with her husband, Charlie Shear, who wrote my very first single. And they've just been a really big part of my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without their help and their guidance. And, the vocal lessons were the reason why eventually got up to the national television show, and she gave me the opportunity to go on The Voice. And it was really, really good for me to have those people in my life, and they're like second parents to me now. And now I teach at their vocal studio and during the week, and we have a really good time. So they're very important to me.
Well, my fingers are crossed as well that she picks up some and takes some hardware from the Texas CMAs.
Yes, we were super excited about that. She's up for Vocal Studio of the Year and I think Vocal Teacher of the Year.
Very nice.
So that should be awesome. We're excited for her.
Well, Bailey, you released your first single at the ripe old age of 17. So tell us about Never Been This Lonely.
Yeah, I sure can. Never Been This Lonely, like I said, was written by one of my mentors, Charlie Shear. And we had a really, really fun time with this project. So Charlie brought this song to me probably when I was like 15 or 16 years old. He had written it a really long time ago. And I listened to it, and I've loved traditional country music since I can remember. Getting in my dad's truck was all we listened to was Chris Ledoux and Merle Haggard and Don Williams. So I've loved traditional country for a really, really long time. And so whenever I had the opportunity to listen to that song, it kind of just was everything that I was looking for, kind of meshed in one song, because it had those traditional country roots, and it was such like a down-home, feel-good song that he let me record it. I was very fortunate enough to be able to be on this project, and we had a really fun time in the studio. We had some awesome people on it, and it feels like forever ago because it was. But we had a really good time on that project. So.
Well, Bailey, you touched on the big show, so let's get into that. You had a great run on season 19 of The Voice, getting all the way to the top 9. How did that experience and that exposure prepare you for your later solo music career?
Yeah, so like you were saying, I was on season 19 of The Voice. I was very lucky enough to be on Mr. John Legend's team. He took me all the way to top 9, which was super cool. I was his very first country artist to ever be on one of his teams, and we had a really, really fun time. We were out in LA for about 4 months, which was not really my thing. I learned pretty quick that I was an Oklahoma girl, not an LA kind of girl, but I had a really fun time out there. And there was, pardon me, there's someone knocking at my door. We had a really good time out there. I, like I said, stayed in LA for about 4 months and realized pretty quickly that I loved being on that show. I had some really, really cool experiences out there. I get the question all the time, would you have rather, because it was a couple years ago, so I get the question, would you have rather waited and, pardon me, I'm going to step away. Someone's knocking at my door. Would you rather have waited and did it now where you are in your career, or still did it when you were, 18, 17 years old? And I think my answer would be, I think I would have rather done it when I did it, because I learned so many life experiences at a really, really young age. I was like freshly 18, 19 years old, and being in LA by myself and having that kind of throw into adulthood kind of gave me a push of kind of where I needed to be in my career. So I wouldn't be where I am right now without that experience and learning all those experiences from the TV show.
Plus, you kind of became a household name around the country.
Yes, and the exposure was just absolutely incredible. My social media numbers went crazy. My Spotify numbers went up, and it was just I was very grateful for that experience, and I was very blessed to be able to do that. Especially when I graduated high school. It came in a really good time because I graduated high school and didn't really know what was next for me. I didn't know where my career was going to take me, and then I had the opportunity for The Voice, and so it just came at a really, really good time. And I was very blessed to have that opportunity.
Well, Bailey, you've won several awards yourself, including Young Artist of the Year at the 2021 Texas Country Music Awards, and you were named the 2020-2021 Ambassador for the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. What was it like to receive those honors? Yeah,
so I'm absolutely blessed to have a Texas country community behind me, and the Texas Country Music Awards are super important to me. I've been there the last 3 years, and the first year I won Young Artist of the Year, and then the second year I got to sing, which was this past year. I got to sing at Billy Bob's on the award stage. And so that was super important to me too. But it's just really, really cool to see a community kind of come together and support another artist. And whenever you walk into the awards at Billy Bob's, you just kind of feel at home because everyone loves the same music that you do, and you're all there for the same reason, to support other artists. So it's a really good down-home experience. And so that's in Fort Worth area. And then I have the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame in Carthage, Texas. And so both of them are super important to me, and I've been with the Hall of Fame for a really, really long time. The Hall of Fame band is who recorded my first single, and so we've been with each other for a really long time, and I've gotten to sing with some really cool traditional country artists because of the Hall of Fame, and I'm super excited to be back this year.
Well, you touched on this earlier, Bailey, but along with being a performer, you're also a guitar, ukulele, and vocal coach for beginner students. How do you enjoy teaching?
I absolutely love teaching. I never thought that teaching would be something on my mind. Growing up in high school, everyone was like, oh, you should just be a teacher. And I'm like, oh, no, that would never happen for me. But I call them my little songbirds because they are extremely talented, and I'm amazed at my students every time they walk into that door. And we have a lot of fun in our classes, but we also get a lot done. They learn a lot. I am still learning, and we kind of learn together. But I absolutely love teaching. I teach Monday through Wednesday, and then I'm, on the road Wednesday through usually Sunday. So I kind of have a split week. First of the week I'm a teacher, second week I'm a musician. But I'm a musician all the time, so it was it kind of just fell into my lap, the opportunity with Shonda, and I knew instantly that this was going to be a lot of fun, and I wanted to make a difference in those kids' lives with being able to give them the power of music, and that's what I'm doing. So,
well, satisfy my curiosity with this question: just how large is your vinyl collection these days?
My vinyl collection?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness, it is larger than I really know what to do with. I probably have around 150, so not like absolutely humongous, but still a good amount for how long ago I started. But I still collect. Every time I go to a antique store or a vintage shop, I'm always looking through their records. So,
gotcha. Well, your most recent single was called Oklahoma Girl. Love that one.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Talk about that track.
Yes, sir. Well, Oklahoma Girl, we had a really, really good time on this project. This was another one that the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame band recorded. And I just fell in love with the song. The song is so much fun. It's got a really good groove to it. I hope everyone enjoys it. We need some more streams on it, so if you like it, go give it a stream and go like it. But yeah, we had a really fun time with this project. This was one of the ones that I was super excited about because it meant a lot to me. Oklahoma Girl is what I am. So I hope everyone likes it, and if you do, go stream it.
Well, nowadays, that is a different thing. Before, the best way to support an artist was to go to a live show and buy the merch. Explain for folks over the IT age why it's important to get those streaming numbers up. That's what a lot of the venues are looking at nowadays, right?
Yes, sir. So streaming numbers it's how our world's going right now. And it's the new world. TikTok is a really big part of it. All social media is a part of it. But Spotify numbers are kind of how venues can tell if you're going to bring a good crowd, if that makes sense.
It's a good pulse indicator.
Right. And so they always look at Spotify numbers and kind of see where you're at. And, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But it depends on how, I guess, not really tech savvy, but how far you are in the social media industry with all of the social media platforms, with TikTok and with Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff. So it's how the world's going, and I don't think it's never going to stay the same. I think it's going to get more. TikTok is going to keep growing, and there's going to be another form of you know what I mean? It's just going to keep growing in the social media industry. So I'm thinking that's the way the world's going, so you just kind of have to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I'm not really a TikTok kind of girl, but you just kind of have to go with it, kind of have to go with how the world's changing. So
Understood. Well, when can fans expect new material?
pretty soon. I can't really say much because we have just been in the studio pretty recent, and we're going back into the studio pretty soon. And so I'm excited for y'all to hear these new projects because these are songs that are really important to me, and they've been on the lineup for a really long time. So I hope everyone loves them because I sure do. And we've had a really good time on this project, but I can give a release date pretty soon.
Good.
Can't really right now, but pretty soon. We're super excited.
Well, you also have some great stuff in your merch store. So tell fans what tell fans what they can find there.
Yeah, so I have T-shirts, caps, koozies, all in my merch site. If you go to BaylorMusic.com and click on merch, my merch site is up there, and we just got new merch. We were in desperate need of some new merch, so we have some new designs on T-shirts, and we got new caps. So if y'all want some merch, y'all go check it out. BaylorMusic.com.
Exactly. Now, you play shows all over Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, and more. So do you have a favorite event or venue that you played?
Ooh, that's a good question. This one's kind of a two-part, I guess. One of them has actually just recently closed down, and it was Schrader Hall in Goliad, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the dance halls, like one of the known dance halls in Texas. And I absolutely fell in love with that venue. Sadly, they did close, but I was like absolutely in awe of that venue because it was just incredible. So that was probably one of my favorites. I got to open for someone there. Me and my band did. And then my next one would probably be Gillies in Durant because it's like a hometown show. Everyone shows up for me, and it is the sweetest thing, and it is the biggest compliment ever. And they are just the sweetest there. We always have a good time. We always have a great show. So we'll actually be there pretty soon. We're doing the after party for Lainey Wilson in July. So we're super excited about that, too.
That'll be packed out. Well,
oh, yeah. It'll be awesome.
Well, do you have a favorite venue outside of Nashville, Tennessee that is on your bucket list?
Outside of Nashville, Tennessee?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think probably the one that I would love to play is Green Hall in Green, Texas. It's such a historic venue, and so many people have been through there that I would just absolutely love to be able to play. Also, Billy Bob's, Texas, even though I've already sang on the stage, I would love for me to have a show there. You know what I mean? Because I was just one of the performers at the award show. So that was super cool, and that was important to me, but I would love to be able to have my own show at Billy Bob's. So Billy Bob's and Green Hall for sure in Texas.
If you're in Texas, those are two of the biggest. Yeah, the plank wood floors at Green Hall, that would be a great venue to put you on that stage.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to touch on, Miss Bailey, that I might have missed?
Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has either liked my page, went to a show, bought a ticket, bought some merch, shared any of my stuff on social media, because it means the world to me, and you have no idea. And that's how you support artists these days. And we just want to, like me and on behalf of all the musicians that you guys are supporting, we appreciate it, and thank you for every like, share, comment, and everything like that. I'm just very blessed to be able to do what I do. So thank you for having me on this morning. I sure appreciate it.
Absolutely. And tell fans where to keep up with you and your career.
Yes, sir. It's Bailey Rae Music on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok if you want to go watch 2 of my videos, because I don't have anything on there. But I have about 2 videos if you want to go watch it. And I have a website at BaylorMusic.com, and you can see where I'm at next on my website. So we have a lot of fun, so y'all come see us. And
for folks who may not know the spelling of your name, do that real quick.
Sir. It's Bailey, Bailey, and then Rae, but it's spelled a little different, RAE, music at, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or .com.
She's all over the place. Every platform you can have, she's got.
Yes.
Well, Miss
everything Bailey, you can have.
it was a real pleasure to catch up with you, and I wish you continued success, and looking forward to that new material coming out.
Thank you. you so much. Yeah, y'all keep an eye out for it. We're super excited. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. Sorry for the knock at my door. I was just doing my little interview, and someone comes barreling on my door. My goodness, I can't have any privacy, apparently.
Not the strangest thing that's even happened on an interview this week. So you're fine. You're just fine. But I appreciate you taking the time, ma'am.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
For the awesome Bailey Rae, I'm Kenny Graves on Willie 1550 and 98.7.